So now, the first thing I'm gonna ask you is why? Why did
Wait, is
you?
this starting?
Yeah. Today we're going to talk to a friend who I know from Singapore because we were both in school there and boarding school, which is also what we're going to talk about today. Her name is Tanishka. She is almost 18 years old. And yeah, I have a lot of questions. So yeah, the first thing, I'm going to ask you is
Let's go.
why you chose to, why did you want to move to Singapore at all?
The main reason for me to move to Singapore was because of the subject choice offered by the school. So I really wanted to support science, which wasn't available in Bangalore. Although it was available in other schools in India, but moving to Singapore felt like a better choice just because of the experience that I would get and the the kind of exposure I would get living in a country away from home and being like one of the first people to step out of the country for education for my family.
And
That
yeah,
was
so
really nice.
when do you remember the date you came to Singapore? I do.
Yes, I do actually.
What is it?
So I was super extra when I came to Singapore.
Yeah, I
So
remember.
I came like 4 days before the actual day boarding was going to start for me. So I came on August 2nd of 2008, 2018. Yeah.
Dude, when I came on the 15th of August 2017. It was like the best day in the world.
You'll never forget that.
I was so happy. I was like, yes. Anyways, yeah. So, I guess the whole point of talking about this is also a lot of people don't really leave home when they are in high school, and we chose to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like you were 15 when you came. I was 15 when I went there. I mean, I came a year before you, but it was like, it's hard. Let's not like let's not like make it sound really amazing. I mean, it is amazing, but it's hard. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
ask you, I'm gonna go deep into what was the worst day in the 2 years.
Um,
Yeah, sorry. No,
we're
okay.
not bringing that up.
Let me tell you a bad
Um,
day of mine, and then maybe you'll have context once. I think I'll tell you what was a bad day. November 2017, there was the talent show, and it was like it was my third month in Singapore. I still didn't really know a lot of people, and I did the talent show because I was like, yeah, let me like, why not? I don't have much to do, and then I sang a song, and then I won the talent shows. The whole thing was that there'd be 10 acts, and then audience would vote for their favorite act, and then the favorite act would get like this massive trophy, and which is super extra for a talent show, but I did it, and then I won, which I didn't think I would.
you
And
still have it with you?
no, it's upstairs. But anyways, dude, my point is, I thought me doing it was more to do with me just getting out of my comfort zone a bit, and then I did it. And when people say they never thought they'll win this, I genuinely didn't. So I'm like, I get what you mean. But yeah, so I won it, and then I got this trophy, and then I went back to the boarding house. We can say boarding house, and it was like it was a Saturday, so it was like or maybe a Friday. It was like 7:30 or 7 and 9. Everyone was in that room where we all watch movies without saying the name. A lot of people were there, and yeah, a lot of people knew I was going to go do the talent show, and then I was going to come back and see them. And when I went back, they were still watching the movie. I didn't care too much, and then I don't want to celebrate, but I was just happy. So I was like, I'll do something. And then the night ended with me going to Subway alone, eating a whole sub thing by myself in my room because I had no one else to celebrate with. Yeah, yeah, that was bad because I was like, I was happy, but I was sad that I was happy in like a very strange way. But
Yeah,
anyways,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, man. Okay, we're gonna talk about. Do you have a story you want to talk about?
I wouldn't say the worst day because of something bad happened, but the worst day because of something scary happened. So this was this summer after grade 11,
Mm-hmm.
and I decided to stay an extra day after everyone left.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
technically, I was all alone in boarding that day. And that night was so scary because so many things happened at school.
Mhm.
Oh, it was so scary. Anyways, let's go.
Dude, I think when you live in a boarding house, it's so like it's so surreal because everyone thinks it's about living with your friends, which it is, but it's also living with a lot of strangers from different parts of the world,
Yeah,
and it's like
yeah, that's like,
fuck, man. I'm like now that I think about it, I lived with so many different sets of people that today I couldn't care
and I've
less who's.
interacted with so many
Yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny. I think it's definitely well, like what was your biggest learning out of the 2 years?
I think like more of the cliche stuff would be like, independence and like I've gotten like mature and I've developed as a person. But I think a learning that's gonna like stick with me is just about like friendships and how you choose to make friends and who's actually gonna be there for you and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that like how you should be like selective with your friends because there are
Yeah,
only certain people who
yeah.
actually be there for you on your worst days. Yeah,
It's
I think
like
that's
you forget. It's like when you're in school, you see your friends 6, 7, 8 hours in a day. When you start seeing them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's like
yeah.
fuck. You see like all sides of all people. So it's like
It's like
you know how to select
yeah.
after that, which is so cool. Fuck,
And
man.
especially like with roommates and stuff, like they just become so close because you see them in all stages and all forms.
When before coming there, were you living in like was your room like your room or did you share it?
No, I would share it with my sister.
But how was it
So
like? How was it having roommates for the first time?
honestly, it before I came, I thought it wouldn't be the best experience for me because of the kind of person I am. But it turned out to be the complete opposite. I actually enjoyed it, and of course, there was a normal roommate drama, and everyone has their own problems, and it was quite hard in the first year as compared to the second year. So yeah, it was a lot harder in the first year.
Dude, I definitely think we benefit by leaving home earlier than most kids because most kids leave after. I'm very privileged position,
Yeah,
but most kids I know leave after finishing high school. So their first experience
yeah,
of like people is like university. But I also feel like the stakes are so much higher in uni. I'm not going, but it's like everything's so much more like elevated. You've going
yeah.
away in high school is like you get to experience everything before
And
the yeah go no go on.
and I think that this is the age when most people like kind of figure out a little bit of who they are and like what they want to do. And when you get that independence at this age, then you already know that whatever you are, whatever you're doing in life is for you rather than
Yeah,
for like someone else because you're doing it all by yourself. And I think once you do boarding in grade 11 and 12, and you just already have like one leg in university just because of the experience of living alone and being away from home, which
yeah,
people may not already have it that might get hard for them at university.
yeah. We also learned so much about like ourselves in like a very and I mean like very stupid stuff. The fact that I never
Yeah.
had as much water as I should be having until I was in boarding, because everything gets easier
Yeah.
when you have a lot of water. And I'm like literally everything. I've cured fevers, headaches, stomach aches, everything just by having a lot of water.
Absolutely.
It's so true. Even like cooking, dude. I am very
Okay.
I am a spoiled kid. I never had to like I never really I did, but I never really cooked in life. So once I reached Singapore, it was like shit. I might actually have to make some shit myself, even though we were given food and stuff. So yeah, that was definitely the fact that we can make Maggie with a kettle is not something a lot of and make it like
Yeah.
really well is like not a lot of people can do that.